Hey there guys, welcome back for another Mortal Realms magazine review. This week we are taking a look at issue 73 of the Mortal Realms magazine. And with this issue we get a special character, and this is Neve Black Talon, so obviously she's got space there. Single sprue. Now she is a glue fit model, not a push fit, so she's multi-part. Everything on one sprue, and you won't get any obviously spare pieces with this. Assemble wise, if possible, I'm going to leave the cloak off just so I can get to it easier. If not, then I may end up spraying it on the sprue and painting it separate. We'll have a look at the assembly instructions and see how she goes together. Painting wise, I did ask the last couple of weeks for you to leave comments on the last couple of videos as to whether I should paint her Celestial Vindicators or this gold colour. Check out the video and you'll see which I chose. Obviously, if there were enough votes, I would have picked the most popular choice. If there weren't enough votes, then chances are I've done her as this just for a change in painting scheme, as obviously I've been doing Celestial Vindicators throughout the series. But yeah, go check that out. So in this issue we get Neve Black Talon. We get to explore the realm of chaos and read about squigs, because everybody loves squigs. But first of all, we've got another pull out or fold out. So we've got the Feast of Bones. For years the Osiarch Bone Reapers and Gutbuster Ogres of Halost lived in uneasy peace. However, the Ogres' greed caused them to rebel against the tyranny of Nagash's warriors, resulting in a bone-crunching conflict that shook Halost. So what we got here, now obviously it's too big to fit on screen, so we'll go this half first. So just some pretty artwork, and or I should say photos of models, a little bit on the Osiarch Bone Reapers. To me they're very Egyptian-y skeletons. Obviously some of them have these more demon-y look and forearms, which is a little bit more alien-y, so Egyptian alien skeletons. But yeah, then moving across we've got obviously a display piece there, and then we get the Ogre Gutbusters, so essentially ogres, and their vehicle there. And then on the back, obviously we've just read the Feast of Bones, so we've got a little bit here on the Warriors of Bone and Vokmortium, whoever that is. And then we've got Kagrug's Bully Boy and Kagrug Kin Eater. So he eats his own kin. Okay, nice to know. But yeah, that's the fold out. Right, so taking a look in the mag. Obviously, Neve Black Talon. Neve Black Talon hunts amidst the sweltering jungles of Akshi. When Sigmar needs an enemy champion slain, he calls upon Neve Black Talon. This legendary hunter will stop at nothing in the pursuit of her unfortunate prey. Knight Zephyros. Neve Black Talon is a Knight Zephyros, a member of an elite order of Stormcast warriors who specialise in assassination. So I could paint her up in the Vindicators colours, and she would just be then a Knight Zephyros, so an assassin essentially. They prefer a direct approach, and they use speed and brutality to close on their foe in battle. Each of these warriors has been blessed with a portion of power from the Great Wolf of the Howling Winds, which gives them incredible hunting instincts and ferocity. Then obviously we've got what we got here, a little bit on the Blight War. In the season of sowing, Nurgle dispatched the demon Horticulus Slimux to corrupt the realm of life. Slimux led a plague-ridden host to victory against the Stormcast Eternal many times. Sigmar himself summoned Neve Black Talon to deal with this new threat. Black Talon and the Shadow Hammers pursued Nurgle's demons across Giran relentlessly, greatly slowing the Plague God's work and coming close to slaying Slimax himself on several occasions. Then we got a little bit on the Realm of Chaos. So 2 pages there. So we've got the Realm of Chaos lies beyond the mortal realms and is a place of madness and death to all who enter. Tears in reality, denizens of chaos and cosmology, and the Varan Spire. So it's a fortress in the 8 points. Destruction. The Gloomspite Gits Squigs. There's a mouthful in it. The Gloomspite Gits Squigs. Squigs are fungal creatures with huge teeth and even larger appetite. They are little more than mouths with legs, and there is nothing they will not try to eat, including their own riders. Do like squigs. They're funny little balls of teeth, and yeah, I've always liked squigs. And obviously with 40k, orcs still get squigs. And if you follow 40k and Kill Team, there's the little new bomber squig. I think he's pretty funny. But yeah, so Gloomspite gets squigs. There we go. And here they are, some squigs. I did have, back in Olden Hammer, I had a few squigs. Unfortunately I don't anymore. I did lose a bunch of stuff throughout the years. But yeah, so we've got cave squigs, squig hoppers, giant cave squigs, and mangler squigs. Now they are some big squigs. I prefer the little ones, but they are some big squigs. Then we've got more on the Soulblight Gravelords, and obviously these are death notes. So we've got the Dread Aristocrats, Feral Horrors, Undead Legions, Beasts of the Grave, and Unliving Monsters. Then we have How to Assemble Her, and they obviously recommend again leaving her head off, painting that separate, clipping it and gluing it. Assembly wise, as I mentioned, I would like to keep her cape off, and from the looks of it, with this, aside from the shoulder guard here, and it does form obviously part of the cloak on the other shoulder, I can keep it off, so I will keep it off and paint them separate. I can glue the arm on, that's fine, and then this goes over the top, and then it's just the other shoulder guard. So yeah, perfectly fine to keep the cloak off. I'll paint that separate, glue that on. Obviously while I paint the cloak, I'll paint this piece that comes in front of her as well, so that it all fits in colour wise, and then I'll go on and paint her. But yeah, easier to do it that way, glue it together and then finish painting it, than to not be able to get to certain parts. Right, and we've got obviously the painting guide, and you can check the video in the corner on how I paint her, where I'll go obviously more in depth on painting things like the fur cloak and leather and armour and all the other fun little bits. We've got applying base colours and highlighting, and then painting the head. And there she is. Then we've got her war scroll. So 6 wounds, 6-inch move, 3+ save, and 9 bravery. She's got a bolt storm pistol, so she's got a little bit of range on her, which isn't too bad. And she's got the whirlwind axes, which gives her 7 attacks, -1 rend and 1 damage, but that isn't too bad. 7 attacks. Right, so abilities: lightning strikes. Add 1 to the attacks characteristic of this model's whirlwind axes is if this model made a charge in the same turn. So if she charges, she'll get 8 attacks. She's a tireless hunter, so she can run and shoot in the same turn. Nemesis: add 1 to the damage characteristic of this model's weapons if the target is a hero. So if she fights another hero, she gets +1 to the damage. And Wind Rider, there's a bit of reading on that, so I won't bore you guys with that one. You can check that for yourselves. And then obviously how to use these abilities in quick bit of detail on the back. Battle plan, we have the Hunt. So battle rages across the foothills of the Bright Mountains. The Stormcast Eternals have attempted to strike deep within Nighthaunt territory against an ill-defended bastion in hope of breaking through to the Forge of Rexxar. As the Nighthaunt seek victory, a Knight of Shrouds begins to doubt itself. Ooh, that's not good. Doubting yourself is never good. I should know, I'm always doing it. But yeah, not good for the Nighthaunt if a Knight of Shrouds is doubting himself. So set up nice and simple on this one. 4 mats, 9 inches in along the long edge for each side. 16 inches from the outside edge, right along the join of 2 mats goes the objective. So 2 objective points. You get 3 heroes and 4 troops for both armies, and as always a star is the equivalent to 2 troops choices. So essentially for this you can have 3 HQ or 2 HQ, because obviously one star would take up 2 slots, and then you have 1 slot left for a second guy. So yeah, there we go. Right, next week we have the Vanguard Raptors and Ether Wings. Now I will be setting them up or assembling them, building them like this. I may be wrong, but I do believe that these guys can be set up with alternate weapons, in which case I think they even get a different base. You'll get an extra couple of bases with these. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure. I just thought I'd seen it when it was released a few weeks ago. Obviously I've fallen behind a little bit now, but we'll have a look next week anyway. And then after that we get issues 75 to 78. Now what I may do with this one, guys, this is going to be a large model. Obviously it's set over 3 issues. The reason they say to 78 is 78 is actually just a couple of bases. It's only the first 3 issues, 75, 76 and 77, that are the model. So I think what I will do is obviously have a look through these and see how it's assembled. We may get a video each week as I assemble and paint each section. If not, I will go through the magazine reviews and obviously the last one, take a couple of weeks to paint this up and maybe just show a little bit of progress as I'm painting it, and then come issue 78 at the latest I will upload the video of how to go about painting it. I'm not entirely sure on a painting scheme yet. I do really like this ghostly look, but it's not going to fit in with the rest of my army. However, these models can't be used with the rest of our army anyway. As far as I'm aware, this doesn't work with our army. I may be wrong. I think maybe it's another detachment or something. Whatever it is that we use for Warhammer, for Mortal Realms. As I said, I don't play it and I don't really read through the mags too much. I just enjoy painting the models and making the content for you guys. But I'll have a look at the model, decide how I'm going to paint it, and we'll have a look at that. But that's a couple of weeks yet anyway. So that is the end of the issue, guys. If you are new to the channel, big warm welcome to you. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And if you are newly subscribed, then a big warm welcome to you and a huge thank you for joining us and supporting by subscribing to the channel. We are a few weeks into the Imperium magazine now, so if you're into 40k and you enjoy Warhammer 40k, or if you're collecting the Imperium magazine or would like to collect the Imperium magazine, then go and check out the playlist for that. Again, a link will be in the corner there, as well as down in the video description, to go and check out the playlist for Imperium and Warhammer 40k issues and anything related to Warhammer will now be on Wednesdays, Warhammer Wednesdays, with exception to Mortal Realms, which will still be on Mondays until the end of the series. So once issue 80 has come out, everything else from that point onwards will be Warhammer Wednesdays. So thanks a lot, guys, and until next time, take it easy, keep painting those minis.